Hi, good morning and welcome to my channel. My name's Natalie and this is Sew Stitch Sew Nat. You can find me on Instagram as Sew Stitch Sew. I'll put it up here because of the underscores. Hi, this channel is predominantly about cross stitch. I dabble in diamond painting. I'm not going to show today, but I have been doing a little bit. Sometimes sewing, not that much of that. But thinking about doing a bit more of that in the future. I've got notes, I've got projects. It's been about 3 weeks since my last video. Thank you for my returning viewers and hello to the few new ones that I've picked up recently. Let me know where you've come from in the comments. It's always nice to know if I've been mentioned anywhere. I know Sally Flossy Sews and Grows has mentioned me a few times because we're stitching with thy hands together. Shall we get started? I thought I had lots to show. I don't think I've got lots. I've got 3 finishes, 3 starts and 4 projects. I thought I had more whips that I'd worked on in the last 3 weeks, but I've obviously been a bit monogamous on some of the things I've stitched, especially this week, although I wouldn't say my stitching bug's gone away. It's more that I've just not had time to sit down and stitch. Life and tiredness kicked in a little bit this week. Another point of admin is the winner of the, I can't remember if I said this last time or not, the winner of the Home of a Needleworker 2 hasn't been in contact yet. Lady Perfect 99. If this is you, please contact me by the next update video, which will be the one after the whip parade. If not, I'm definitely going to redraw this. And I can't remember what video that was from. That is that. So that came with the chart and all the kit threads. Chart's not been marked at all. Right, finishes. My first finish, which I don't think will be a surprise, it's been on my Instagram as well, is Chronicles of Narnia by the Stitching Book Club. This was a sale a few years ago. It's no longer available, unfortunately. It was only a limited run as per the wishes of the C.S. Lewis family. And this is on a 32 count Belfast linen. Some substitutions made just because of when it was started. I wasn't able to get some of the threads, which are mainly DMC, but yeah, absolutely love that. Haven't decided what I'm doing with it yet. I must admit, this section went faster than some of that section, just because of the number of colour changes that were in up here, and it's a bit more fiddly. But yeah, my whip go was to get the second part finished, which was the middle section, sort of where their names are, and this border bit here. I was like, I can get this finished, so I did. So it's no longer a whip. I haven't thought about this. So the sofa that I normally sit on is that way. I'm sat on the one next to it, so I'm a bit further away from the window, but not so much space to put things down. Sorry if you've got headphones on. Next one is actually a start and finish, which is Mildred Strawberry, and I haven't got the book over here, so I'll just show you the finish. And this is from In Friendship Way by Blackbird Designs, and I stitched this with Sally and Sarah as part of their Fun for 50. Oops! Yep. So this is done in the same colourways that I did Stitch All the Things by Erica Michaels, which is my own colour conversion as well, on a 32 count. What are we on? 32 count Belfast linen in vintage sand dune. And you can see I've still got, I need to make both strawberries, which will be, both will be my first. So you see, still see I've got quite a bit of fabric. Ooh. So I can definitely get some more smalls on that. And I do like the fabric, I would buy it again. The other bit that's already been cut off is that bit. And I've got the finishing, oh, I've got a needle on there. I've got the finishing supplies for that. So I wasn't sure if I was going to put that backing on it, but I'm definitely going to use that. But I'll share those details once it's fully finished, and I do want to fully finish it at some point soon. But more on that later. All the colours I used were, these are all classic colourworks, but Licorice Red, Mint Julep, Rod and Reel, and Betty Bluebell. And they all came in my, when I was in it, the monthly subscription with Lakeside Needlecraft. Next is another one I started with Sarah from Sew Me Sarah. It's part of Hair Fun for 50, which is hands-on design, Stitch Them Happy. I decided to do it on a 36 count Edinburgh linen in Country Vintage Mocha 2/2. And it's in the call for DMC, and the plan, if I can, is to make like a pincushion pie. So the pattern itself sits slightly wider than the tin, but I think if it puffs up, I think it'll give that nice rounded edge, which is kind of how it's showing on there as well. So definitely a finish in hand finished. I need to take it out of this bag as well. This is the one I normally take in my handbag. It was just a pencil case from WH Smith's that they'd written down by about 50%. I think I only paid like 2 or 3 quid for it. Last year? Definitely was last year. Although I've been here this year and they still had like one, and I was like, no, I'm not going to buy another one. I can't remember if I'd started and then buy by that time. Next piece this is whips now, so I have not finished this one. Is 324 by Works by ABC. And I am not up to date. I had to get some thread so I could carry on if I wanted to do it in sequential days order. I think I'm on about week 7 or 8, and I'm coming into the purples now. And I'm stitching this on a 40 count vintage white Vidal by Zweigart, which is kind of, it's an even weave. If you wonder what the difference between Vidal and Newcastle linen, isn't it? You don't see, apart from hand dyes, you don't see any other colours in the Vidal, only the white, unless unless someone wants to tell me different, I'm quite happy to find that out and try not to buy things. But when I do need some more 40 count, I probably would look at that. Could be in trouble. Sorry if you're seeing the top of my head. So part of May is Mirror May. I decided to get out my Dressmaker's Daughter. Which I haven't bought my chart over. And I've got a mangled copy of it. Looks like that. So it's just all the dresses in the seasons. And I did a bit more work on summer. So it literally it's just one colour and just continuing down at the minute. That's spring. And then you've got obviously autumn and winter. No, I'm in spring. That's winter, that's spring. I say that should not be named, is what we refer to when we don't want to say a name. When does spring end, or summer begin? 20th. Yeah, I'm not cracking on with this very well, am I? But anyway. I have to say, I'm not enjoying the big Q-snap. I think I prefer the scroll rods. So this was in a scroll rod. I took it out and put my chatelaine in there, which fits really well in there, but this one didn't quite fit properly. But I did get like the biggest one you can get, which is a sew-on one. This would fit on that, so this might get rehomed at some point soon. And then I need to do something with the Q-snaps. So we shall see. It's in a massive project bag. Unfortunately it has got a rust mark on the inside. I've not tried to get the rust mark out though. It didn't get onto a project, it just got onto the project bag on the inside. But it's a beautiful bag and really well made. But you could literally turn it into a cushion, it's that big. It'd be a big meaty cushion as well. So that's Mirror May. Also my first mirror sale, which Andrew the Runner Stitcher started. But he's gone. He's well on the way with his mirror. It's almost done, I think. Well, no, he's done like, he started beading, but he's still got wing to do, I think. Manning May. So on the 1st of May, I started my first Carolyn Manning design, which I'd had kitted up for quite some time actually. I'm stitching it on pattern paper. It's actually a freebie on her Facebook group if you look at the files. It's called Artic Blast. So I came across the idea on Can the Stitches Flosstube for Manning May, knowing that I wanted to stitch a Carolyn Manning, and then yeah, it just sat there for a few months waiting. So that's the top. So I started in the top left, I've gone all the way to the edge on this side and all the way down to the bottom, and you'll notice I have an excessive amount of fabric. I think I might have added the border on twice, which is fine. It fits, that's the main thing. I've got another project where I'm like, but anyway. So I've been working in mainly this outside colour. I'm not sure I'm going to complete by colour. So that is mainly 3807 that you can see going round. and I'm stitching on a 16 count easy guide Ada my swagger, and I have zigzag stitch the edge, although you can't see that because it's in white. It's a nice easy stitch. At the minute I'm sort of like just backwards and forwards, and I've just got this on a ring binder, homemade threads, homemade frost drops, which are just gift tags with hole punched in, names written on, DMC cut into 8 length, so I'll just use a loop start on that. I must admit, when I heard of the loop start, it was an absolute game changer. I'd never even thought about doing it. I was like, that makes so much sense. Unfortunately, you can't use it on variegated, but it's brilliant for DMC. So I always, like I say, cut them into 1/8 lengths and then just work on them folded over in a loop. So it's about slightly longer than my elbow. Although if I'm doing 1/1, or stitching with one strand, I then cut so it's only that length, not twice the length. And I just got this on here with a key ring, and then the Kelmscott scissors I got in, I think it was Patchwork Rabbit Christmas box. Not last year, the year before, I think. I definitely would buy some more Kelmscotts actually. And I did buy a pair of scissors recently, and I wasn't impressed, so we shall see. But not Kelmscott, but unnamed brand. Yeah. Well, I do like the Millwood, and I like the, I think they're on Amazon, they're BHI, I can't remember. If you're interested, let me know. Right, next is sampler book. I'm still behind on this as to where I want to be, but I have finished the periwinkle stitch, which was all the pineapples stitched as per the chart. No adaptations on this one, and that is on a 32 count raw natural. What are we on? Flax, 32 count flax. I've got my owls on the other side. So that's another page complete. Then I started on Q, which is on a 32 count dirty linen. They're all linens, they're all 32 count, it's just various colourways. Mainly is Wygart, apart from one permin which I've already stitched on. I'm not sure about my skin colours. Not. It looks like it's all one colour. It's not. I wouldn't say you can see it in real life. The difference either. She looks very anemic. But I've just got a couple more queen stitches to put in. Her eyes, her necklace, and the 1/1 down here. I kind of, last time I got it out, I started stitching and then realised my S was one stitch short. So now I've got to decide, do I leave it and carry on, or do I pull it out? 1/1 on 32 count. Haven't decided yet. Once that's done, it's done, and then I'll move on to my goal for this month, which is our, have I got anything I can show you? Yes, which is the running stitch. Oops, that was the image. the thing is, I'm kind of staying roughly true to how it was designed, but converting a lot of things. I can't remember if that original linen was dirty or not. But yeah, got all the colours picked out for that. I hate radishes. But I will stitch it because it looks pretty. Sure, that's what it is. And the cover has still not been pulled yet. And the cover is black linen, and it's on my whip go, so that's what that looks like. I've charted out my name and letter that I want to fit in the box. So yeah, that'll be fun when that comes around. I'm also trying to prep the last of the letters, so when I say prep, I mean this orange line that's going around, so that I can know where to start and where roughly the pages should be, but I'm not going to finish any of the pages until everything's done and I can make sure it sort of lines up where it should do. I did watch someone's video, it must have been a couple of years ago. They'd stitched it and were FFOing each page, and then the pages didn't quite sit right in the book. That's why I've chosen to wait on that. And then we have new starts. I'm missing a project. No, I've just got them in the wrong order. And I'm losing thread. But I'm going to go back in there. So I decided to start the Caterpillar North America sale. I had already kitted up Adventure Awaits but not started it, and I did like the British Isles one, so I actually purchased British Isles and the North America sale as PDF options because I've got so much DMC anyway. And then purchased a big thing of 32 count light blue Murano and just cut out a load of pieces. So that is that one. So this is part one complete. I'm slightly worried about my placement as to whether I went slightly off middle. In there is the middle. But I'm not sure if I slightly shunted it on the fabric to the left. But I'm not sure which direction we're going in next. Next part releases probably around the 20th, I think it is. Not sure if we're going that way or that way, so I won't know just yet. If I have slightly shunted it, I think it will fit on the fabric. It's just I won't have much margin to play with in terms of framing. But what I will say, I absolutely love the pizza and the turtle. They're definitely fun little motifs. A lot of colour changing in some of them, but they're worth it. And next is the Teresea Kogut, which is over there. Come on. So I've done the inside page copy. So that's what it'll look like. You've seen that on. I'm stitching it with Flossy Sews and Grows. Stitchy Sally's also stitching it, but she started that a while ago. She's almost finished hers. This is on a 42 count, so I got Newcastle linen, and that is my start. That is 1 day's worth of stitching. I haven't picked it up since. I'm doing it 1/2. So I probably do need to do some more work on it. Sorry, I dropped something. yeah, and I think my aim is to sort of get all the gold colour in the house, and then maybe move out to the side. I'm not sure which side yet, and then I can just leave that house for just like mindless filling when I'm doing something. So this is my first Nerd heap. Liking it so far. But yeah, we shall see. I might as well talk haul now. So I'm on a no-buy, and I bought 4 DMC threads. One for this, which was this colour, like an off-whitey ecru colour. Because I just didn't have any. I'll show you what I had. I just literally just had that, so barely any. And I think it is dotted around a fair bit, so I did need some. One that went on the 324 and the North America sale, and then 2 more for the 324 sale. Yeah, that's it. No, there was there one? There might have been one for the mirror actually. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Nothing else. No PDF patterns. Being a good girl. I thought I'm starting everything. So my whip number's got to 39 now. But at least I finished 3 things for the 3 starts that I had this time round. My last start was something I'd had since last year. It was a sale last year, and it's Reilly Designs Nerida sale. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's got a mermaid on it. And if I can find one that's so I've got all the parts printed to it'll look like that. It's like a needle book with like scissor fob and things. It's got fish on the inside, so you'll see that in a minute. I haven't got all the bits to go with it yet, but I've got some of the bits. My needle minder had a mishap, so I need to glue that back together. But I did. So this is part 1. All finished. Ooh. If you can see that, it's got petite Dressmaker, which are these little star things, and then the body of the fish is stitched with Tom and Lily Creations thread pack, and it is stitched on a 32 count spruce. Did I put it? There's 2 fabrics, so the lighter fabric's on the outside and the darker fabric's on the inside. Can't remember what the other fabric is. And I don't seem to have anything with it on. But I think it's like a smoky grey, pearl grey. It's no smoky, I think. So that's the other bit that I need to get ready as well. Technically that was part 2 of the fish. Part 1 was to basically just do that like based stitch around the edge. I don't know why it's stitched I've done. So I take this out of the hoop. Sorry, it's not been ironed. It's been very crinkled in there because I planned to start it ages ago. I don't think I quite had everything on time to start when I should have started originally. So yeah, I've just got to outline that last page, and then technically that is ready for stitching completely, and then I need to get the other fabric ready. Absolutely love the colours on this. In fact, I'll get them out. Oops. So there is some DMC. I don't think it will go into Pattern Keeper, mainly because they use the same letter for 3 different colours. So if you're only doing it in DMC, which is an option on the chart, you've got like Z, but with 3 different colours. So I'm not sure how that would translate in Pattern Keeper. But yeah, look at all those. Absolutely gorgeous. So you can tell the ones I've worked on so far. Yeah. There is a slight crossover between Atoll and Serene, which you can see there, and they're almost the same. So you do have to be sort of careful as to where you're placing it. But yeah, absolutely love it. And there is beads and there's buttons, little Mildred beads, which I'm wondering whether to, on the Queen's necklace, to put some pearls on, or whether I just stitch the emerald looking cross stitches. And that is that in terms of new starts. In terms of plans, I'm planning to start light with Sew Me Sarah. I think Sally's doing that one as well, from Flossy Sews and Grows. That's a free chart by Barb Anna, which you can find on her Instagram. I can't remember the exact date, I will pop it up. I've never stitched a Barb Anna fur before, so it'll be my first. Looking forward to it. It's all kitted up. That's on Dirty as well. Whipco, I have got, how many have I got? I've got 5 goals not achieved yet. 1 is close, which is the Victorian Charm. 2 which are a bit further away, which is Jingle Block and Crystal. Not my Crystal anniversary sampler. From June, Opening Gambit got called. It's currently around 6%, and I want to get it to 7%. Whether when I get that out I have another idea, I don't know. And then Darth Vader, technically I already stitched a day on it. I'd like to get some progress on it. I don't think I'll finish it for this Christmas, although my son might have something to say about that, given that I'm cracking it with Charmander, which is another plan, because I did last month's stitching, I haven't done this month's stitching yet. The sampler book, Pride Sale, which I've fallen behind on. I need to finish April, then May, then June. I haven't pulled the thread. I've pulled some threads for May, I haven't decided on which one, and I haven't pulled the threads for June, which is like a yellow goldy kind of colour. Jacob June, I'd like to get my Nightingale out and do a bit on that. I'd like to get bunnies finished, either bunnies or stitch box. Technically I've achieved the goal I wanted to, which was to finish one of them. I'd like to get in the... They're only small, like especially the bunnies. All I've got to do is stitch a bunny, like 2 bunnies. It's not difficult. Just need to choose a colour and go. Yeah, and like the periwinkle, like little stitch box as well. That's more intricate, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun little finish. And I've been watching Hands Across the Sea, Nicola Parkman, on her stitching. Stitch Academy, Needlework Academy. Highly recommend, especially if you're a starter. you might even pick up some tips if you've been stitching a long time like me, like pin stitch, finishing on the front. Yeah, definitely well worth a view. She's doing a free sampler which has got some specialty stitches in, so I'm thinking I might do that if I've got some fabric. She's used quite a bright colourway. She's not listed what threads you need to use. It's all up to you what you want to do, but she's giving tutorials on each of the stitches. That is it in terms of cross stitchy content. One bit more into life, so if you don't want to stick around for life, that's fine. I plan to do a whip parade as my next video, like mid-year whip parade. Not sure when yet, but yeah, I plan to do that as my next video. So I'm just thinking, I know I've got some appointments coming up on Friday, so whether I can squeeze it in around them, maybe, or just steal myself away for a Saturday morning and just get it recorded. So it might be in a different location. So yeah, that's the rest of my plans. In terms of life, pretty much same old, but one thing I've not mentioned on my channel is that I've been going through a process of sort of decluttering and getting rid of some things that I just don't need, and they're just taking up space and making it harder to live, if you know what I mean. That sounds terrible, but the space that you get by getting rid of the stuff that you just don't need is very freeing and very motivating. And I picked up 4 YouTube channels that I've been watching. I had watched like Mary Kondo when she came on Netflix, and it was, yeah, that's great. Like, that didn't work for me. It wasn't helping me. Getting this huge pile of just stuff and then trying to work your way through it, and then it felt very overwhelming. But with the ladies that I've been watching, it's very much a bit at a time. Like, take that dresser and go and do it. Take out the things that you just don't need, don't wear. Or go to the kitchen drawer. Is there things in there that you don't need? But also, I've been like, we still had a load of like the kids' old clothes, the cart. You know, there were definitely things that needed to go, and it's been a mixture of actual rubbish and charity donations, and I've, you know, given away stuff that does have value, so it could have been sold on for all I know. As long as it's gone and it's been put to use in some way and not going to landfill, that makes me happier than just getting a skip and chucking it all in there. And if it raises money for charity, that's also another good thing. But what I wanted to say on that was, so I've been watching Minimal Mum, the Clutter Lady, Taryn Maria, who's the one that says, you know, you don't have to follow Maria Kondo, and you might be a maximalist in some areas and a minimalist in other areas. We all know where I'm going with the maximalist, cross stitch. But I am a minimalist in other areas. I don't am I though? when I think about the amount of clothes and shoes I've got. So I'm sort of working my way around. Easy, quick decisions, great, fine, done. Next time around, do I still need that on that? It's a question. And then real life with Al. And what I find with the ladies is if I'm doing a decluttering project or I'm making dinner in the kitchen, I'll have them on in the background, and it does serve as motivation to just spend 15 minutes. Just get stuff out of a cupboard. Do I need this? Yes, no. I've got a bag / box for charity, and I've got stuff that needs to get rehomed. The amount of duplicates you find around the home, like if I was looking for this, where would I go to? Well, I'd go to here, and then you realise you've got 3 of the things. Right, do I need all 3 things? I'm trying to explain this as best I can, but generally speaking, my cross stitch is, I want to say fairly contained, but I'm not sure that it is. So I'm trying to get that a bit more under control. So, you know, I've been sort of working with like Notion, so that's up to date. I think it's got a few more things to go on there. I'm not sure I've got all the PDFs on there yet. And I've got a bag of bits that I was like, oh, I want to start this. So I've left it with my whips, but actually it's going back upstairs. Unless it's going to get started in the next week, it's staying upstairs now. Done. Like just consolidating like scissors, needle minders, frames, which is why I'm thinking, actually, do I like the Q snaps? Especially, I'm not a fan of that big Q snap. I don't mind the smaller ones, but I'm quite happy with the hoop. TBC on the Nerge. I like the scroll rods, just because I've got the Lowry stand. I've slightly moved my chair now as well, so I can see the TV a little bit better. So when it's sort of family time, I can still do a bit of stitching and watch a bit of TV at the same time. That's not to mean to say if my kid wants, I'm not going to come and sit over here and sit on the sofa and give him a cuddle. But yeah, they do a little bit of cross stitch themselves as well. So I don't think my eldest has had it out in a while. My youngest got his out last weekend. Probably did about 20 stitches and then put it away. They're big into drawing at the minute, so they've got quite a few drawing bits. But yeah, so my kids are now 12 and 9. Feels weird saying 12. He's just had his birthday. So yeah, we're going into a new realm of, yeah, that's your room, try and keep it tidy. He's still, to be fair, there's still a few bits that need decluttered from his room, but the kids' rooms are almost there. My room, which is where my craft space is as well, does need quite a bit of work. Down here, yeah, there's still things that need to go. We've got a pile of DVDs that we decided we wanted to watch before we got rid of them. So we've got a pile that's watch and a pile that's we've watched them, let's get rid of them. So they're ready to go. Yeah, just moving on to a new era of life. There's no toy, well, there's a few toys, but mainly all the toys are up in the room. There's lots of like board games down here, unlike video games are down here. But yeah, the clutter was taking over a bit because I pulled all the stuff out of the eaves, because eaves were absolutely rammed with baby stuff, maternity, you name it. It's mainly gone over the last 6 to 9 months I've been working on this. So finally starting to see some like positive results, and just feeling much happier, and more productive and organised. You know, one of the points that Taryn, sorry if I'm butchering your name, she's got 55,000 subscribers, probably alright. One of the things she said was, you know, you accumulate this stuff over a long time, it's not going to happen overnight, don't stress yourself, because all you're going to do is feel overwhelmed and not do it. So yeah, and easy wins are things like, you know, boxes and you know, things that just need to be recycled. I've not gone through some of the harder stuff yet. Been mainly keeping to like the sentimental stuff. Been mainly keeping to like, clothes, toy, you know, easy things. So it is going to start to get a little bit more, do I really need it, do I love it type situation, which I also have been watched all the way through. Sort Your Life Out on the BBC, highly recommend. But it's the same, but that would be overwhelming. That would be a lot in the space of 1 week. You got to wonder if they actually film it every week. But declutter, then organise is the main thing that I'm taking away. So I'm thinking about my craft space. I'm thinking, you know, I'd like to organise it in this, but actually, how much space do I need to organise that? What is the best solution? So it's kind of stopped me from buying extra storage until I know, right, this is the stuff that I'm keeping, this stuff can go. To which I probably just need to do a de-stash on Instagram for some of the cross-stitchy stuff, or I might appear on Facebook as well. I mean, some of the UK de-stash bits. But yeah, so I kind of rambled on quite a lot about that, so apologies if you didn't stick around for it. Or if you're here, great. Leave me an emoji of a flower, because why not? Yeah, the sun is shining, but it's not that warm out there. I'm going to go because I know I've rambled on quite a lot and I want to go and do some more decluttering. So bye for now and enjoy every stitch.